this place out. It's like a whole garage sale for the whole town or something. What is this?
Probably like their
craft sale or something?
Days
Yeah.
like barn raisins just don't have a yard grounds for it. There's melons and okra there.
Melons and okra?
So we come back through here. We can't find okra at this place. There's a dispensary. Go see your.
So today, folks, we are out trying to find a Amish auction, right? I'm not real sure where this place is. I don't know. What town was that? Wapanuka or something like that? I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Wakanapa? That town? Anyway, we're trying to get to this Amish village somewhere out here that I heard about. So we just passed a Amish sign back there. Had the horse buggy, you know, the Amish buggy and the horse. And I couldn't get my camera out in time, just in my pocket. But hopefully we're getting close to this place. And I stopped at an ATM back there and they were out of service, so that kind of sucks. I need cash for this. Right, folks, I'm trying to go find some cash. This store didn't have any. The store was cool in there, but it was so packed out. This is it's insane. I did not expect it to be this many people. There's a Hawaiian shaved ice. There's a fry bread truck over there I wouldn't mind checking out. But man, this is insanity. All right, we're gonna go try to find an ATM so we get some cash, because a lot of these places just take cash. So I'm gonna head up to the next town. It's called Tupelo. Not the home of Elvis the King Presley, but not his birthplace, not Mississippi, but Oklahoma. And I had no idea that there was a big Amish community up here. Supposedly it's pretty big. All this whole area is Amish. Alright guys, we found an ATM out here in the sticks. We're in Tupelo. I first stopped at this station over here and it was, $4.69 a gallon. They must think they're in California. That station was like $3.49. Anyway, Tupelo schools, home of the Tigers. Ain't a lot in this town, it doesn't look like. But I've never been here. Look at that. That's an underground school over there. Just in case they have a tornado. That's pretty fucking awesome. Couldn't get my camera there quick enough, but yeah, they had a part of the school that was built underground. That's pretty neat. Alright, let's get back to this Amish festival. We're 7 miles away. And you're ready for this. What looks to be an entire shit show. All the wrong places. Look at this shit show. Should we do this, Mrs.
No.
Max?
We should not.
I'm thinking, fuck this.
I'm thinking, man. Just keep going. Where do you go from here? This takes you to Colgate if you keep going. Yes, and then from Colgate it takes you to Stringtown.
So you think we should just skip this, huh?
I know. Just don't really care that much about Amish.
So some beautiful scenery out here and all, but folks, it's 107 degrees. It was dusty back there. It looked like a miserable time. So sometimes the best plan is to avoid shit like that. So that's what we're doing. So we'll go find something else to get into for today's episode, because I can't deal with that, man. Not as hot as it's been and dry as it's been this summer. Maybe we'll go back to the Amish store, because it looked cool, but it was so packed in there, I couldn't even film in there. That was across the street. Pulled in, trying to find an ATM, didn't have one because we're in Amish country. And yeah, I mean, it was just person to person. I was like this in there, and I was like, man, I can't film in here. I can't move in here. Anyway, we'll go somewhere else. Well, howdy, folks, and welcome to Colgate, Oklahoma. So I was trying to go to a Amish festival and auction, but it's still really, really hot. This is the second week of September. We're barely into the second week of September anyway. Temperature's still in that 110 range, and you know, I just can't be out at a festival. It's really dusty. It hadn't rained here in over 2 months, close to 3 months. And I decided, you know, I'm walking around a dusty field, really hot. Just didn't sound fun today. So, change of plans. Gonna tour a couple of these small towns for you guys and see what we find. Never been to Colgate, so don't know much about it. But I'll look up some history on it, and we'll throw some clips in there about Colgate. This is nice. It's like an old vacant building spot. Check that out, isn't that cool? Still see the stones coming through the plaster. So yeah, a building would have set in between here, probably burned down in fire, just fell apart. And it says that Colgate was incorporated in 1898. It's the Nolan Watson Memorial Park. Alright, well, we'll hop in the ride and see what else there is in town. Looks like that's the courthouse in town. Kind of a cool, older, mid-century building. And from the looks of things, the Happy Hair Nail Salon is, well, not so happy anymore. They need to turn that smile upside down. So Colgate is the county seat of Cole County. It was founded in 1889 in the Choctaw Nation Indian Territory. Remember, at this time, Oklahoma was not yet a state. The original town site was named Liddell and was changed to Colgate on January 23rd of 1890. The Southwestern Coal and Improvement Company was a branch of the Missouri, Kansas, and Texas Railway. They are the ones that developed the site. The company built houses, brought in workers, and started mining for coal on January 2nd of 1889. So during this time of Indian Territory and non-statehood, this was in the Pushmataha district of Atoka County. And this was all tribal land at that point. Colgate incorporated in November of 1898 and was plotted for approval by the Secretary of Interior December 16th of 1903, and it actually was under Arkansas laws because this was not a state until 1907. So Cole County, as you know it today, was not formed until statehood, and initially Lehigh, Oklahoma was designated as the county seat, but Colgate ended up getting the county seat of Cole County, and the rest is history, right? One notable thing that happened, June 1st of 1917, a F4 tornado hit the Westward School building, and over 200 homes were destroyed. At least 11 people were killed. Of course, records were not taken as well as they are these days, so could have been more, but at least 11. The town reached its peak of population in 1920 at 3,009 people. And as of 2020, the population is down to 1,667 residents. The median income here is very low since all the coal mines have closed down. And the median income is only $19,419, and for a family, $26,367. So roughly 30% of the people live below the poverty line. And there's also 20% more females to males. Harper Valley Baptist Church. Is that like the Harper Valley PTA? Well, we're going to stop and get some produce, but it doesn't look like it's open. Alright, so the produce is closed, but check this place out. It's kind of cool looking, huh? Got a dinosaur, and climbing a water tower, and a jail, and a saloon. Yeah, alright, let's get down the road. So that place is in Kiowa, Oklahoma. So we'll be back open in 2 weeks for pumpkins and stuff. So this leg of our journey takes us to the city of Hartshorn, another coal mine in town, developed by the coal miners who set up shop. And a lot of European descent came here. They brought in a lot of people from Europe to work in these coal mines. Most notably, a lot of Russians. And there was a big controversy. Some guy sold the church out from under one of the Russian Orthodox churches back in 2010 or so. A whole long story we won't get into in this segment, but another town with a very low median income. A lot of people live below the poverty line, and it's hard to make a living here. But one fact is there was a very notable MLB pitcher from here, one Warren Spahn. Warren was an absolute beast. He won 363 games, spent 21 years in the majors, and would have spent 25 if it was not for him going to serve during World War II. He would have been right up there with Nolan Ryan because he lost some of the best years during the time he was serving. So yeah, I think I want to come back and do an entire vlog on Warren Spahn. Very interesting guy, and he's buried here, and I did not know that until after researching it while I was putting this video together. But man, what a interesting guy, and he lost he was in the big leagues for a year, and then went to the war for 4 years. So he lost the very most productive years he would have had while he was in the service, as far as being an MLB pitcher. So his numbers are incredible. He was a southpaw, and a lot of those guys like Ted Williams and all went off to war. You just have to wonder what their stats would have been, because a lot of those guys in that time period lost their most productive years while being in the service. So, I mean, Warren Spahn could have been Nolan Ryan type numbers. He would have played the same amount of seasons, It's just fascinating to ponder. Anyway, we're snaking through here, heading to a town that I think you guys are really going to enjoy. An area you're going to enjoy anyway. And you're starting to get in these mountains. You're in between two mountain chains here, so it's a fantastic drive. And it looks like they got a lot more rain here than back where we're from, because everything is much greener not as brown and dead and desolate looking like it looks at home. But yeah, man, this is fantastic. We're right in the middle of this valley right now, and there's mountain range on each side. So we just pulled into Wilburton, Oklahoma, and lots of action here. Pulling into town, I stopped to get a drink and some sunflower seeds. And there's an old minivan pulled up next to us with a couple of serious methed out looking dudes smoking cigarettes, tattooed all over their faces and stuff. So yeah, this looks like a little bit of a rough town. There's a legal drugstore, but I'm pretty sure that van had anything you could possibly need. Right, Mrs. Max? Other than that, it looks like a pretty nice little town. I mean, most of the shops are open. It's not all vacant. Yeah, notice driving through Oklahoma, you see a lot of these towns that are very similar. And a lot of them were old mining towns and train stops, you know, where the train went through. But they're like carbon copies. They're just dotted all over the landscape. Really friendly people, especially the older people, a lot of families, a lot of activities. And then, quite a few people look like they just, kicked the cell door open and escaped prison. So we spent a few nights in this town before. We're about 10 miles south of Robbers Cave, which is a place we really enjoy going to. Do some hiking and all. There was a good Mexican food place in town we ate at once. I remember. I don't know if it's still here. There's a department store. Of course, lots of dispensaries. There's one on every corner. Yeah, I think this is the place we ate at, but I think it's a different name now. Yeah, that's definitely the place, but different name. The picture show is available for sale, folks. If you guys want to buy a old school theater. And of course, there is a old school grocery market around the corner. So I think it's named Roy. What is it called? Roy's Cardinal. Pretty good store. All right, let's head north. Here's an old store grocery store. Roy's Cardinal Food Store. There's our hotel, Mrs. Max, Travelers Inn. Stayed there a few times, not too bad. I actually videoed a tornado shooting this way from that building right there, right over the tractor supply. And we, witnessed probably 5 or 10 narcotic stills go down the parking lot. But yeah, that's to be expected. We're in the middle of Oklahoma. And that's pretty much for anywhere these days. So we made it here to Robbers Cave State Park. I haven't been here in probably 3 years since during the pandemic, the last time I was here. And there was the coolest general store that used to sit right here. And it's gone, man. It's completely gone. I can't believe it. Used to have chickens running around, You can buy beer and food and fishing stuff, whatever you needed. Sit right here. This was the steps to it. It really saddens me because this was a really cool general store. That's gone. This used to be called the Bell Star Lodge, right? Now it's Robbers Cave Lodge.
Changes.
So it looks like they added on to this and put the general store up here, I guess. Some kind of reception. So yeah, that was a really cool store back in the day, and now the lodge is completely changed. It smells new in there. It's all been rebuilt. And the old general store is gone, and there was just like a little, I don't know, couple of snacks, enough spot in there. Sometimes progress is good, but sometimes it really sucks. In this case, they took a really cool place and turned it into whatever they turned it into, you know.
Pretty.
Yeah, I mean, it's good if you've never been here before, but if you've been to the old style spot and how cool this place was, it's just, man, it pretty much makes you sick. So all the cabins are being renovated at this time, and that's actually a good thing. We were here, what was it, 3 years ago, something like that, 4 years ago. They were in desperate need of renovation. They looked like they were still from the 60s. Really dated looking inside.
3 years.
Yeah, it's been 3 years. So that's a good thing. But the lodge was cool, man. I hate to see them just start over with the lodge, but you know, progress. New generations don't like the same shit I do, you know. That's for damn sure. So last time we were here, they're making a bunch of renovations to this area. So let's see what has transpired. The mini golf's still the same. The alpine ice is still the same. I see the nature center, and they were building this new restaurant or something over here. So let's check that out. They do have disc golf, which I'm a big fan of, so that's cool. Beautiful waterway. Used to have some really nasty restrooms right here, remember?
Some what?
Really nasty restrooms, like the worst you could possibly imagine.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they've closed those down at least. I mean, these bathrooms put the worst truck stop, burrito having shits to shame. And hopefully it's not still open. Look at this place, it's falling down. This is what they should have been working on. Oh, thank God for that. They padlocked this. This was the worst. There's some pieces of the logs the termites have eaten. Looks like that piece right there. So I don't see the paddle boats or canoes or any of that stuff. It looks like the beach area has been roped off, yellow tape. Normally on a weekend, this would be just packed with people out there canoeing and paddle boating, paddle boarding. That was the old rental place over there. It looks like it's closed down. So this is all brand new. Looks pretty nice. The Lookout Kitchen. Guess it's set up for washers. Huh. So back in the day, there'd be all the, like a barbecue truck would show up, or a truck with a smoker on it would show up out here. It was awesome. Oh, you got a cave entrance and exit. That's kind of cool. So Robert's Cave's just up the road here, and it's getting pretty late, so I don't think we're gonna hike up to that. It takes a while. But yeah, it's changed quite a bit over the years for sure. This area right here was where all the little food trucks and vendors would show up.
I thought it was just a cool little. Let's go through this. Okay, then you exit the restaurant here.
I'm looking for speelunkers.
Huh?
I'm looking for speelunkers.
Or what?
Speelunkers?
Those are those bowls I was trying to get on Amazon for my
Right.
too big.
So I'm not sure if this place is open or not. There's no menu or anything like that outside to look at to even see what they serve here. Pretty strange. A lot of restaurants will have a menu. There's people out there, so I guess it's open. I don't know. Has no open sign or anything like that on it. But yeah, here's the dock. Just some geese out there. Wow, that is a massive restaurant. But when you go walking through the cave entrance, there's no menu, you know, outside to show you what they even serve, and there's no open sign. I don't know. Strange. Yeah, so it says this is Civilian Conservation Corps project built primarily by World War I veterans between 1935 and 41.
That's cool. $30 a month. 25 a cent home.
Huh. 80-acre lake. Yeah, it's weird because this place is kind of out in the middle of nowhere. You know, they took the store park down. They created this giant restaurant, which has a fake cave to walk through, which is, I mean, it's cool, but strange. But there's no menu outside to even see what they serve. So how would you know? How would you know what this even is? You know, there's no open sign, nothing like that. It's just really odd. Anyway, we're gonna move on. This place has changed a lot, so if you guys haven't been here in a long time, don't expect it to look the way it did last time you were here, that's for sure. Don't expect the same amenities like the little store that had everything you could imagine in it to make your camping experience better. You're gonna have to bring it with you or go to town. And I would expect this building to be coming down in the near future with the way the termites are eating it up, as you could see earlier. So I guess we'll get a quick shot of this building because I couldn't imagine this being around much longer. It's old grader. I could use that on the farm today, man. I can hook it up to the dogs and let them drag it around.
Yeah, good luck with that. Get about 5 steps.
You get about 5 steps and pass out.
Yep, pretty much.
There's your lake records. So from the looks of this, You're gonna catch trout, crappie, channel catfish, flathead catfish, and looks like sunfish is down there, but everything else is not available, I guess, in this lake. Got you some snappers in here, some terrapins.
Yeah.
Some perch here. Ooh, there we go right there. Look at there. Well, there we go. This beautiful rustic timber and stone building you are standing in now was originally designed by the Triple C as a bathhouse. However, as time passed, the building began to be used as storage before ultimately falling into disrepair. So they had to come in and rebuild this months before, and as you can see those logs outside, we showed look similar to this now. So it's originally a bathhouse. It's pretty cool. It was originally being built.
Gallows.
So this area was known as Robbers Cave because there was a cave hideout that a lot of the old West Bank robbers and stuff like that would come hide out here. One of the famous ones was Bell Star, and the inn over there, the lodge, was called the Bell Star Inn, right? At one time, for a long time, they rebuilt it. February 2nd, 1889, Bell Star was murdered near the town of Whitefield. So, yeah.
Bell Star.
We sure could use a judge like this again. Somebody that actually took care of justice. Well, I want to thank you for joining us on our adventure today. I hope you're subbed up below. And stay tuned for more to come as we adventure across America, finding oddball places and fun things to check out. Again, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you folks next time. Peace, everybody.